The real Facebook. The real Facebook. Amen. Amen. Lord, bless your ears to hear, your faith to receive this morning. Let's talk about the real Facebook. Of course, every single one of us knows what Facebook is. We know that is a social media site that just has exploded on the scene of course, the internet. So, what is Facebook? You know what Facebook is. Some statistics, let me just say this, some statistics I read about Facebook are so astounding. As a matter of fact, they said if Facebook were a country, it would be the 4th largest country in the world. And it is growing by leaps and bounds. Over 1 billion people signed up on Facebook. That is amazing. Amen. Kick yourself for not buying stock in that when it was, man, you would be a millionaire by now, imagine. It would be the 4th largest nation in the world. They say that tens of millions, not thousands, tens of millions of new people sign up every month. Who's on Facebook? Who has an account, whether you're active on it or not? Oh my goodness, almost all of us, more of us do than don't. Well, I'm active on Facebook, and I like to just take pictures and share and post like people are interested. I don't know, but Facebook, really, there's something called your Facebook life. Amen. There's something that's called your Facebook life. It's what young adults, they talk about. Well, that's just your Facebook life. That's what you put out there, what you project. Amen. It's not always looks that good, and we know it's not always that rosy in your life. It's your Facebook life. It's not real. It's not reality. You're not always at the best restaurant in San Diego. You're not always having the best time. Your kids aren't always acting that perfect, right? And you don't always look that beautiful. There's something now, and it's so hilarious. It's like one of these things when you think about it, like, well, why didn't I think about it? They have this deal, and it speaks to our generation. We're going to talk about it for a moment. It speaks to who we are as a society. There is something called a selfie. Anyone ever hear of a selfie? Anyone take a selfie this morning while you were in church? There's something I'm not going to do it. Amen. I got a face only a mother can love. I said I got a face made for radio, so I'm not going to take but there's a deal where you just get it right here and you take a picture. And I remember these girls, I was walking by these young girls, and I was overhearing their conversation, and she was coaching. She was coaching her friends. So you got to get it higher. You got to get it higher because it trims, it trims some of this, and it shows my jawline just a little bit. And if you get it right there, well, they now have this deal, and I wish I would have invented it because everybody seems to be taking selfies. They have this deal. It's a pole. I kid you not. It's called a selfie stick. And it's an extender, and it grabs your phone, and I've not used it. I'm serious, I haven't used it. And it gets it right about maybe a yard of where you're at, and apparently it's supposed to take really good photos of you. Anyone own a selfie stick? Don't raise your hand. Anyway, we are a generation. We are a people. Our generation, this generation, is consumed with itself. We are consumed with who we are, what we want to be, what our goals are, what we want out in life. They have coined this generation, the selfie generation. Some of you were part of the greatest generation, and we've come a long way to now the selfie generation. It gets into our culture, gets into sometimes the fabric even of our psyche, whether we realize it or not. So I want to talk this morning, I want to work with this definition. I'm going to talk about freedom. Freedom from yourself. Freedom is the deliverance of the self, freeing it from the prison of possessiveness and setting it at liberty to give. Amen. That's a long run-on sentence. Don't judge me. Freedom is the deliverance of the self, freeing it from the prison of possessiveness and setting it at liberty to give. Amen. James talks about this. He talks about the self. As a matter of fact, James is dealing with a group of people who, let me just say it this way, life isn't just going as they desired. Life just isn't working for them. The Jews, he's writing to the Jews. The diasporic Jews are those that have been taken from their culture, from their homeland, from their family. And now they're dotted through the ancient Near East, all throughout the surrounding areas. Nowhere, they're not in their homeland. So James is talking about these people displaced in life. He's dealing with an issue of people who are suffering persecution. People who are suffering in life. People who have challenges that are so insurmountable. And he begins to talk about this thing called the perfect law of liberty. That word liberty, when you look at it, when you look at its definition, it means a state of freedom, especially from slavery. James, I may have said Paul, I meant James. James is saying, you are not where you want to be. You are suffering persecution. You are, as we read, you are perplexed. You are downcast. Your emotions are messing with you, whatever the case